Gino Hall, senior wide receiver and defensive back for the Crenshaw High Cougars. Gino, you guys had a great win tonight. You had some amazing plays. You had an awesome catch on that last touchdown. Can you walk us through that play?
All right, first off, earlier in the game, I was dropping passes, making mistakes, so I had to redeem myself and make up for the drop passes that I had. So I had to make big-time plays.
Hey, well, you definitely made big-time plays. You wowed the crowd, had everybody on their feet. I know it's come to my attention you're being recruited by a couple of Pac-10 schools. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Right now, I'm being watched by Idaho and Hawaii, but right now I don't really know which college I'm going to go to yet.
Okay. What advice would you have for kids out there like yourself who are excellent student athletes who are trying to prepare themselves for the next level?
Just, if you're small, just play big. Big hearts win a game.
What's good, y'all? What's the numbers TV? It's your boy Paul Rowe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like the video if you appreciate the content that Paul Rowe and What's the Numbers I provided. Today we back on the profile piece. This one is on Gino Hall. In this video we're going to talk about his early years coming up in LA. Then we'll take a look at his standout football career that had the city buzzing during his high school years. After that, we'll break down the situation that will change Gino's life forever while he was attending a party on USC's campus, before finally discussing Gino's death that had a lot of people by surprise. Gino Hall is from Los Angeles, California. Growing up in the hood, Gino was your normal neighborhood kid until he found his love for football. Once he started to play, people realized he wasn't normal at all on the field. In fact, he was extremely talented. He played for the Compton Titans and the Compton Vikings and also participated in the Snoop Youth Football League, aka the SYFL. But like many kids and teenagers in LA, Gino also had a street side to him and became a member of the Rolling 40s neighborhood Crips. Although he tried to balance the two and stay more focused on football, there are stories out there of Gino being an active member of the Rolling 40s who actually participated in gangbanging activities. He attended Crenshaw High, where he excelled on the football field as a wide receiver, although he was somewhat undersized, and was part of a legendary team his senior year in 2009 when they won the city championship and nearly won the state bowl. Gino was the best player on that team that year and won City Sectional Player of the Year over two of his teammates who went on to play Division I football in college, which were running back DeAnthony Thomas, who played at Oregon, and Hayes Pullard, who played at USC. After graduating, Gino, who consistently dealt with some off-the-field issues, went on to play JUCO football with hopes to go D1. He was performing well in the JUCO level and was waiting on an opportunity to get a scholarship to play at a Division I school like his aforementioned teammates. Although you would still hear stories of Gino and his gangbanging escapades pretty frequently. Then, on Halloween of 2012, Gino's life would change forever when he was shot 7 times while attending a party on the University of Southern California campus. Gino, who initially arrived at the hospital in critical condition, ended up pulling through along with the other 3 people who were shot during the same incident. A 19-year-old man named Brandon Spencer was arrested for the shooting. He would end up taking his case to trial, where prosecutors painted a scenario of it being a blood versus Crip gang issue that spilled onto the USC campus when the 2 alleged gang members ran into each other at the party. According to prosecutors, Gino and his Crip gang had shot Brandon, who was alleged to be a member of the Bloods a year earlier. From there, Gino and Brandon had back and forth arguments on social media, which ended up in more gun violence when they seen each other at the party. Brandon would be convicted of the shooting and sentenced to 40 years in the Los Angeles State prison system. Gino's career was basically over, as he would never be the same on the football field again. Some reports have Gino cooperating against Brandon, which is a no-no in the gang world, but others say it was swept under the rug by Gino's loyal supporters. After recovering, Gino would be back active on social media, posting pics and basically living his life. He was still accepted in his set and by his homeboys, and was basically just trying to get his life in order and on the right track. But then, in July 2021, reports would come out that Gino passed away. No, it wasn't a typical gangbanger's death like him being shot and killed, but instead it came out that Gino died of some type of health condition or health complications. Gino was only 29 years old at the time of his death. But yo, it's What's the Numbers TV. There's a quick profile piece on Gino Hall, aka Jeezy Weezy. You understand? Crenshaw High standout football player, talented, but always had one foot in the streets, one foot out. He probably could have did more in sports if the streets didn't have a hold of him. But sometimes coming up in these areas is hard when you're already like on that path and you come outside and it's already a functioning, street underworld going on. It's hard to, step outside, swipe it sometimes and, just stay the course. But if he did, it definitely a big is what if, because if he was able to, he probably could have, went on and played Division I football like his two teammates that he won Player of the Year over. One of them, DeAnthony Thomas, he was Heisman. He was in the Heisman race while he was at Oregon. So maybe Geno could have went and did something, on a bigger scale if he was able to just stay the course. Now, another thing they say that Geno was known to diss his enemy hoods after he scored a touchdown during his high school games. Basically, like he was still he was basically active, and it was showing to people that was watching that he was an active gang member, although he was definitely talented on the football field. Snoop Dogg shouted him out after his death on social media, posted some of his highlights and things like that. There were reports of Geno circling Brandon's, picture in a photo lineup that was given to him by the cops, who were investigating the shooting. But, sometimes people pick and choose on who they call a rat because of a person's popularity or because of personal reasons, or maybe that's just a rumor. I don't know. Maybe some people in the comments could clear that up. But there are stories of him cooperating during that investigation. Now, some people say the shooter got railroaded, being that no one died, but others say he should have knew better than to shoot on a college campus, especially USC, and got what he deserved. They said his name was Bleep or something. I think they say from BPS, something like that. And he got 40 years to do. I think he's up for parole in 15 to 20 years. But, parole's not that common in California. I think it was like 5% to 7%. It used to be 3% that get approved for parole. But I don't know. But he did shoot 4 people and got sentenced to 40 years. Gino Hall was just 29 years old when he passed away. And on that note, man, it's another profile piece. I wanted to do another one that not really out there on YouTube. We like having stories that everybody hasn't done. And this is one on Gino Hall that hasn't been covered yet. So, it's What's the Numbers TV, the only one with it. 98,000 strong on our way to 100K. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You keep coming back to the channel to watch the content. Just hit that subscribe button. Make it easy on all of us. Help us reach our goal. And you be first up to deck when we drop that fire content, that new content with a lot more on the way, man. Go follow the Instagram. What's the Numbers TV on Instagram. Follow Batty Bills on Instagram. Shout out Federal A. Any business, Poro, what's the numbers at yahoo.com. You see the numbers going up. We back. Our views is back up. So you need something promoted, get with us. We got great deals going on. Also, if you appreciate the content, show us some love. The Cash App is the same. What's the numbers? And everything's appreciated. But on that note, we out here, man. It's your boy Poro. What's the Numbers TV? I'll be back before you know it. Peace.